Get started. So down below me, the Bob Ross picture is Michael. Michael, say hi.
Hello.
The picture of Muscle Man Randy Savage is Sickler. Sickler, say hi.
Oh yeah.
There you go. And then rounding up the group is Kevin here. Kevin, say hey.
Hey. Hey, Kevin with a K.
Kevin with a K. All right. So we are a weekly podcast talking about gaming topics and gaming related news. So because this is the first one, I just wanted to start with just hey guys. How's it going?
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello. So Justin here to my left. Also, sorry, Justin, I forgot to give you an intro.
That's okay. I'm
This is Justin.
Forgettable. Sorry.
Justin, say hi.
Hello.
All right. So every week, Justin and I will be hosting the show. We'll have up to 3 guests a week, and we'll be talking about topics for about an hour. We try to film this on Friday. Every once in a while, we might have to push that. So follow us on Twitter, and we'll move it.
Wait, I don't think it's bold enough.
And but yeah, we'll get started. So the first topic we have is our most anticipated games for 2018. Justin, you want to get started?
Oh, I'm starting this off.
Hell yeah.
Well, you want my most anticipated, or do you want me to run down like a list of what I'm excited for?
Whatever you want to do, man. Most anticipated, you can say for last. Whatever you want to do.
I got a lot of things.
All right,
man. I'm really looking forward to Sea of Thieves. Like most recently, like the soonest thing coming up that I'm really excited for would be Monster Hunter World, I guess.
Yeah,
be my first break into the Monster Hunter franchise.
Absolutely.
So that'll be good.
Yeah.
Looks all right.
I've got to say, personally, excited for Red Dead Redemption 2.
For sure. Red Dead Redemption 2.
That comes out in 2018, right?
Is that 2018?
It's supposed to. I think it's supposed to, yeah.
It's supposed to.
All right.
I'm like super duper excited for that because
that's probably my most
played
anticipated.
the shit out of the first one. So I'm gonna have to say Red Dead Redemption 2.
For sure. For sure.
Like, I don't know. The first one was great, and then I don't know. I can't imagine this one being worse, like in any way.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Probably.
Even if they came out with like basically a reskinned version of the first one, I'm pretty sure I'd be okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
I would buy that.
I would buy that.
They're probably going to try to make it like Grand Theft Auto Online, but I don't know how they're going to do that.
For sure.
I mean, they've already laid the groundwork for it.
Yeah, exactly.
Redemption was the first one with the multiplayer like that kind of.
Yeah, they did. Like you could like lasso people and drag them around and stuff.
Oh yeah, the game was great. The multiplayer in that game was definitely like revolutionary in the sense of it just really allowed you to do whatever you wanted with your friends online.
I think if they piggyback at all off of what they did in like GTA 5 Online, then it'll be amazing.
Right.
It'll probably be harder, to be honest. It's probably going to be, I don't know. I feel like it's probably either going to be really good or really bad.
But then again, I guess it's kind of hard to, like, if it's an old-timey Western thing, you can't add, like, Bugatti Veyrons as a car choice, you know what I mean?
Well, that's the thing. See, that's
DLC.
That right there, that's the conversation to be had is what are they going to add if they want to make it a game, a game as a service? What are they going to add monthly, tri-monthly, whatever you want, to keep us interested? Is it zombies? Is it new guns? Is it, are they going to get like weird and get like steampunky with it?
Well, I mean,
because they can't really add cars though, because I mean, it's not the time.
Well, with the last
what if
one,
they
I think
added
they
like
just
really
added a lot
old-timey cars, like the very first cars? But I guess
Yeah,
that's still, like,
They didn't have cars then.
yeah.
Well,
The
didn't the
first
cars?
weren't invented till like 1840, I think.
Yeah, something like that. 1890, I thought.
Yeah.
Nah, it was like
1840.
I could go into a.
Well, I mean, we could Google it. We could fact check it. But so like they said in Red Dead Redemption 1 that the first car had been released.
No, Alex was right.
Yeah.
That's
and
right.
So
they did.
that was the very beginning of the game. So the car has come. The West is dying. This is a prequel, so we won't have cars at all. They just won't. They won't exist.
Plus, it'd be super weird to have a car in that game.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I mean, you would have like you'd have like the Fords, but I don't know.
Briggs and Stratton.
Yeah.
Sickler, what about you?
I feel like it would be a terrible car.
Yeah.
It'd just be better to ride.
It wouldn't be able to handle well. That's for sure.
No.
And everything. I think the driving would be kind of weird. But Sickler, what about you? What's your most anticipated game of 2018?
Last of Us Part 2.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Or Kingdom Hearts 3.
Well, okay. So we'll actually be getting into that a little bit later because
yeah, well,
we skip ahead, George.
He asked
no,
questions.
No, that's fair. That's fair. I'm just teasing topics to come. All right, it's called foreshadowing.
What do you guys think they're gonna do with Last of Us 2? Do you think it's gonna be Joe and Ellie? Or what's his name? Joe? I forget his name. Joel and Ellie. I feel like Joel's definitely dead. 100%.
I think
they showed him in the trailer.
Yeah, but didn't they say he's not going to be in the game?
Crazy. No, I don't know.
Yeah, I think they said that he's dead. Something like that. I thought I read that. I could be wrong.
Is this a continuation of the previous story, or is it they're like starting a whole new story as like a separate...
No, it's Ellie.
It's Ellie. Yeah, it's part 2, so it's a continuation.
Okay, yeah.
I think it's going to be multiple characters because the latest trailer that I saw was 2 completely different people that I had no idea.
Yeah, dude, that new trailer looked awesome. Laura Bailey's character was ripped. Fucking, her arms are huge.
I've not seen this.
Yeah, it was pretty nuts. I don't know. It'll be good.
Yeah, personally, my favorite or my most anticipated game for 2018 is it's gotta be Spider-Man.
Yeah, me too.
So excited for Spider-Man.
I really wish I could be as excited for Spider-Man, but it's not coming out for the Xbox.
Yeah, it's PlayStation. Yeah,
I'm kind of like supremely salty that Microsoft didn't just like pay out and just like, hey, we want Spider-Man 2.
Right.
Well, Microsoft has less money.
They do.
Yeah.
So, Michael, you said Spider-Man is your most anticipated. Do you have anything else you want to talk about, or
any what?
Any other games that you're really looking forward to, or
besides Kingdom Hearts 3, which is something I'm really looking forward to. I was actually really looking. I always like co-op games, so A Way Out was something that I was always looking forward to.
Oh yeah, absolutely. A Way Out is that I'm really excited about the game. I forgot about it.
Yeah, that game looks sweet.
It looks like they're kind of bringing back. I mean, they're bringing back that 2-person co-op, like Army of Two style gameplay, and I'm super excited about that.
I'm assuming it'll probably get boring after you beat it once, but I think it'll be a fun game. The next game I think is probably Dragon Ball FighterZ. That's probably
Dragon Ball Fighters. Yep, 26th.
Soon.
Yeah, it's
soon.
Definitely one of the Dragon Ball games that I've always wanted.
Mm-hmm.
And it's 2D.
Yeah,
it looks fantastic.
So I played it at PAX, and it runs really, really smooth. The combos are really intuitive. It feels like Budokai in the sense of like the combo system is just you get it right away.
Yeah.
The special moves are kind of Street Fighter-esque. Like there are a lot of like the down backs, but like the game is just going to be really great, and they keep announcing more and more people they're adding to the game. I'm really excited to see it.
Yeah.
I am also excited for what was that game you and I were talking about last night? The first person medieval game.
Oh, Kingdom
Deliverance.
Yeah, Deliverance. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm super jacked.
Kingdom Come Deliverance.
I
think that's what it's called.
Yeah, I think that's what it's called.
Another game I'm really looking forward to is GTFO. That game looks really cool. They showed it off at was it
the Game Awards?
The Game Awards.
It
was really fast. It was a 4-player zombie or alien survival game. I think it's aliens.
Yeah.
And like each person has a specific job to do and has specific roles.
This guy gets it.
It looks really cool. It looks really, really good.
Yeah. I don't know what it is about like survival games. I've always really enjoyed survival games, like even like zombies, like just like Call of Duty stuff.
I'm kind of I've been kind of tired of zombies, to be honest.
They're definitely running out. Like I see every time I see anything about what's that one coming out with Sam Witwer?
Days Gone.
Days Gone. Every time I see something about Days Gone, I'm like, oh god.
Yeah.
I'm excited about Days Gone.
I'm not really interested in that game.
I'm just excited to see Sam Witwer play a main character. I mean, he's a great actor, great voice actor. I liked everything he's been in. I mean, he was awesome as Starkiller. He's fantastic as Darth Maul in the Clone Wars. He's a great actor in general. I love him in Being Human. So I'm excited to see that. But
to drive around a motorcycle around Oregon.
That's the thing that I'm super interested about. Yeah, it's all based in Oregon.
The thing that's exciting about that game to me is the advances in the technology of AI, and
plus I like their zombies.
Yeah, they've got the World War Z style zombies, like the infinite hordes, which is cool, though? But it's just that hasn't been done before. Like the waves of them, they move like ants and stuff like that. It's really cool. But that's the only
swarm.
Yeah, they swarm.
They run.
Yep.
I guess the only zombie game I'm actually looking forward to is probably State of Decay 2.
Oh, I totally forgot about that game.
Yeah.
I did too. I couldn't really get into the first one.
The first one was really fun.
I really liked it.
I'm looking forward to the multiplayer in State of Decay 2. That's the one thing that's the one thing that I felt the first one was missing. So I'm interested to see what they do.
I'm also jacked about Sea of Thieves. That game.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So is that game supposed to be like open world pirate?
It's an open world. It's an open world RP game. I've heard a lot of people say it could run the risk of what Evolve had, which is you need to be communicating with your team at all times because of the fact that it's an RP game.
I feel like that was one of the reasons that Evolve got killed so quick.
Was because you couldn't play it online with random people.
Yeah, it's
exactly.
Like you had to be like you had to have like your team.
This is the year of games that you need to communicate with. Like think of PUBG.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That game is one of the most played games right now.
I 100% agree. I 100% agree.
You can't. It's not the same. People don't play the same as a couple of years ago.
Yeah,
I don't know. I feel like it's kind of weird how I feel like gaming has kind of evolved so much just from like going from being like a couch co-op console type thing to being online and like individual, and then now they're kind of like starting to bring back around like online co-op play.
Yeah, which is what everybody wanted from the beginning with their online is the ability to play with their friends and communicate with them. And so like now we're getting that, and it's really taking off. Obviously, like with PUBG and seeing like Destiny, seeing Sea of Thieves coming out. I really think Sea of Thieves is really meant more towards people like us, people who stream stuff like that. The entertaining community.
I think that could be like heckin' fun because
absolutely.
If we get to all be on a pirate ship together and pretend we're pirates.
Everybody has their job.
We can go raid and pillage and plunder and drink rum and...
Oh, we're going to drink a lot of rum.
Yar and pirates.
Yar and pirates.
Like, that just sounds like a good time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you guys think that the way that games are coming out now, they're going more away from single-player games and going into multiplayer more just because of paid DLC?
Yeah, he's only producing online games.
Yeah, I think big corporations like EA, the people who are in it just for the big buck, are definitely taking a step back from single-player experiences, but you're going to have a lot of indie developers still making a lot of solo games, and when big parties like Nintendo and PlayStation are supporting these indie developers, you're not going to see the solo experience going away anytime soon, in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't feel like it's going to kill the solo experience. Like no one, there's always going to be solo gamers, and even still, I love playing games with people online, but there's times where I just want to go play a game to myself, kind of thing.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think there's some devs like Ubisoft, they make really great single player experiences, and they have come out and said, don't worry, we're not taking away your single player games. We don't have any desire to in the future. People like Naughty Dog as well. Naughty Dog, clearly they're famous for Uncharted, which is solely a solo experience.
Mm-hmm.
But they had the multiplayer, but it was shoehorned in, but it didn't work. The Batman games, stuff like that.
I feel like as long as they kind of avoid the pay to win, which I feel like there's like way too many pay to win games now, or just like it's not going to be the same unless you get all the DLCs.
Yeah.
And everything like that. And it's like, you can kind of get the game, but you're only getting half of it, and then you have to buy all the rest on DLCs.
Yeah, absolutely.
I feel like I'm just getting gypped. Like most of the time, even I got Forza Horizon 3. I started playing through that, and it's just like they stopped it in the middle of me playing to show me 3 trailers for DLCs that I did not have.
And
I was just
insane.
like, I turned it off. Right there. I was like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I couldn't skip it. either.
Right.
They forced it on me, and I was like,
yeah.
I feel violated.
Okay, so we're gonna move on to the next topic. Actually, it's technically our first topic. So Mad Catz is coming back.
That's your first topic?
Yeah.
I'm not sure how I feel about it.
Yeah,
I don't care.
I don't really care. Well, the thing is if they make, I think they were going more towards PC controllers, right? To where they were going to be selling.
PC or probably specialty Street Fighter and Tekken controllers.
Exactly. So Sickler nailed it. Like, Mad Catz was really popular in the fighting game community. Their fight sticks were some of the best when it comes to competitive fighting. And so Mad Catz, they went under back in 2017 when they made the big bet on Rock Band 4, and they agreed to make all of they're like, we're gonna do all of the instruments for harmonics. We got you guys. And then Rock Band 4 tanked, and they laid off. Really? Oh yeah, they laid off all their employees.
Who wants to play a rhythm game anymore?
Exactly.
I do.
Hey, I still like rhythm games. I still have my Guitar Hero controller.
Did you buy the newest Guitar Hero?
No,
I have it.
And that's the point. One in 4 of us have it.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I don't remember anything much about for Rock Band 2. Or which Rock Band was it that came out just recently? 4?
Rock Band 4. Yeah. The only thing I saw about it was
they had really bad starter songs, and
it didn't have a good set. They didn't really change anything or try to do anything different. It was basically the same thing. I saw a huge display. There was 4 stages, performance stages to play Rock Band 4 at PAX that year. And then that's all I saw from it. It was just gone.
The biggest thing was people bought DLC for the other 3 games for songs, and then they would buy this new game.
Yeah,
for some reason, and
their songs didn't roll over. Yeah, it was very strange.
Which makes it where you don't even have to buy the newest one if you didn't want to.
Apparently, Rock Band 4 reviewed well.
Oh, did
8.8 out of 10 on IGN.
I mean, hey, everybody loves Rock Band, but when it comes down to it, you don't want to spend an extra $100 to get that controller when you can kind of just I don't know. It's one of those things. It's a novelty experience kind of.
It's definitely a party game.
It's a party game. You can pick it up, you can play it every once in a while, but it's not one of those games just man, I just want to go home and play some Rock Band by myself.
The rhythm game is lost its its time in the sun is come and gone, and I think it's definitely it was
that's pretty much like
poor
a Mad
decision.
Catz, they put all their coins in on Jackbox Party Pack.
Exactly. Yeah. It's a dying thing, but so what is it? The CNET, is that the company who acquired Mad Catz?
I don't know. Is it?
No. A company in Kowloon, Hong Kong, bought Mad Catz, Now they're Mad Catz Global Limited, and they're bringing back the whole thing, which I think is interesting that they're deciding to buy this, this old company. They've been around since '89. Instead of creating their own company to use the controllers and stuff like that, they must have like patents or something that made it worth buying the company and using their name. But, I don't know. It's interesting.
I don't know why. That's it seems like a dumb thing to bring back unless it was for a specific reason.
Yeah, exactly. We'll see in the next couple months what they say.
Reading this statement off Kotaku,
right?
The CEO said that the issue was previously they tried to do too many game-specific controllers, and they're trying to go more towards mouses, keyboards.
Yeah, it says
general stuff.
Ron Polygon.
I think that's that's good. Because and it wasn't nice to have the option of buying a cheaper controller too.
Yeah.
Just because if you get the Xbox brand controllers, those things are $60 a pop.
Well, and everybody has that friend that you would go over to, they'd be like, exactly. Oh, don't worry, we're going to play some games. I'll bust out the extra controller. And they give you the controller. It's a Mad Catz. You're like, oh, man.
That was always the controller. That was the guest controller.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
Honestly, it was not a good controller, and you were never happy using it, but at least you got to play some games with your friends, and you didn't have to pay $60 for,
and you had that sweet controller. Turbo button.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody knows what Mad Catz is. If you grew up playing games, you know who Mad Catz is. So I think it's a good move.
There's a market. There's still a market for that because people will still want to buy the cheaper controllers because they don't want to spend more money. And as long as they don't throw all of their eggs into one basket, being just Guitar Hero controllers for that one game, they literally went all in on this one.
They literally went all in. Yeah, exactly.
And they got screwed for it. And it wasn't like the stuff they had before was bad. It wasn't good by any means. It wasn't good, but it was still something, and it saved you a couple bucks. So there's still a market for all their stuff.
Exactly.
I just don't know what they're bringing that's new, to be honest. You can go to any store and buy a controller that was like a Mad Catz.
That's true. Other brands filled the place and stuff. So
GameStop has their own brand.
Yeah, you can get any cheap controller that you want. I just don't know really what they're bringing that will make them relevant again. But...
Well, they said they're bringing back the new PC gaming hardware, the Rat Mice Strike keyboards, Freak gaming headsets, and Glide gaming surfaces.
I think it's just they're kind of taking a much more specific route to PC gaming.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing is I think it's interesting that they're going exactly.
There's a lot of stuff already there that has established market that's already established brand.
Yeah, you have Razer, Logitech.
Yeah, and it's going to be hard trying to emerge in a market that already has of these big names.
I think that's why they bought the Mad Catz name, though, is because it's already a name people know, so they recognize it.
Right. I think that's the only way they would be able to jump back into the market doing that.
Yep. All right. So I think we've run that topic into the ground. We're going to move on to the
Mad Catz keyboard.
We're going to move on to the next topic. We're going to talk about Kingdom Hearts 3. There's been some new leaks and pictures of leaked and stuff like that from the game.
There's a little bit of gameplay too.
Yeah.
Is it really?
They officially released it.
Yeah, it's a trailer. It has a Toy Story
No. There's more.
Oh, there's more than that?
Yeah, if you look at the link that I put in the Discord, US Gamer is where we're looking at. There's a new monsters that have been leaked, and there's a picture that shows Sora hanging out in the Monster Inc. World. So it looks like it's him standing right next to Mike and Sully from Monsters Inc. So it looks like we'll probably be getting that. So another Pixar level. There's also rumors that Frozen is going to be getting a level in the game.
Oh no.
I'm not sure how I feel about that one.
Yeah, the Frozen one I'm not too sure of. We already know that we are getting we're getting Tangled They've confirmed Mount Olympus is back.
Yeah, Tango.
Twilight Town's back. The Mysterious Tower. We're getting a Big Hero 6 level, a Toy Story level.
I'll take a Toy Story level. That'd be cool.
Toy Story 1 looks awesome. I'm so excited about that one.
Toy Story sounds cool. Big Hero 6, not gonna lie, was very underrated. And
I love Big Hero 6.
That movie, Big Hero 6 was great. And I did not hear anything about it.
Yeah, it just kind of snuck in there.
Yeah.
It was one of those movies that it was really short. So, it just didn't maybe have the same impact as maybe you would want.
Right.
But
yeah, I haven't seen it.
Huh? It was an hour.
Short?
It was an hour 10.
It's a feature-length film, sir.
I don't know if you guys are looking at the pictures from the Monsters Inc. World, but it looks
that'd be really cool.
Sora looks like he's a monster. It looks like they're doing a lot more visual changes, which in the old games growing up, I thought it was awesome whenever he'd change. When you go to Nightmare Before Christmas, become a monster there, or turning into a lion when you're in the Lion King level and that kind of stuff.
I played that level this morning.
Nice.
I'm just hoping it's going to be good. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it yet.
Yeah, it's still got a ways to go. Another thing that was said. Where did I read that, Justin? Where you said it too?
That it might not be coming out.
Yeah, so there's a rumor that it might not actually be coming out in 2018 because that's
what I was assuming. They always end up pushing. Yeah, they always end up pushing games. But honestly, I would rather it come out in 2019 if they release.
Well, people are saying 2020.
It's at the very top of the link. It says Kingdom Hearts 3 might still be a few years away.
Yeah,
but we've compiled all the information we have on the game.
Yeah,
have they said that they want to release it in 2018?
So there's a source, I forget his name. I wish I would have written it down. But he's been a reliable source for Square Enix news. He's a Spanish gaming journalist. And he said that when he went to Square Enix, they said they're coming out with it in 2018 no matter what. Meaning if it's unfinished, they're still releasing it. I doubt
it's been more than 10 years since the last one.
Exactly.
Their major release of it, they should I feel like just took them a long time to make this. Yeah. It's almost like with the Kingdom Hearts or the Final Fantasy 15.
Well, that's
10 years.
Yeah. It's the same director. So what happened was when 15 started lagging, they're all right, we got to get this out. They kicked the director out because he's too much of a perfectionist. Yeah, it has to be exactly the way he wants it to be, otherwise he won't release it. So they said, you're going to go work on Kingdom Hearts. We're going to bring this other guy in to finish the game. And they did the same exact thing. They kicked him out with Kingdom Hearts. He's working on a new project. And they have the guy who finished Final Fantasy 15 is now finishing up Kingdom Hearts.
And was Final Fantasy 15 good?
It was good. It felt rushed near the end, though. It was finished.
I felt like they just left things on purpose, left things out in the story on purpose to make DLC to sell it.
Oh, for sure.
And that upset me.
Yeah.
I think that's a thing, though.
I was going to say, I wouldn't be surprised if they did something like that. I was talking with Michael. Was I talking to you?
I don't know.
I know I talked to Alex about it, how Kingdom Hearts would be a game that would be perfectly suited for DLC.
It's perfect. It's perfect for DLC. Yeah. And honestly, I won't complain if they do DLC for Kingdom Hearts 3. That's why I do think we might get it in 2018 still. These extra levels that they're now leaking and announcing, I feel like are going to come out after the game, as post content. But we'll see. I mean, we got E3 in June. That's the next big one, right? Or do we have anything else before that?
I don't think so.
Yeah, let me look.
Oh, that'll be the next thing. Or D23's in March, so they might say something then.
Yeah,
you'd hope.
I don't understand how these gaming companies keep messing up DLC for their games. I mean, I think the best game that handled DLC the best was Witcher 3. That's probably the best game.
And everybody says that.
Put out your game, make sure it does good, then do DLC.
Yep.
Use the money you made to make the DLC.
Yeah, exactly.
It's very simple.
Yeah.
I agree.
But there is also a thing where like selling a game for $60 nowadays probably isn't the easiest thing to do for companies.
Right.
To where they would probably need DLC in a certain way.
I feel like they're kind of
right.
they've become kind of reliant on them too, because like I mean honestly, games have been $60 for so long now.
That's not true necessarily.
They've been
like think about how long they've been
for
$60, like
about
for
10 years.
Like,
10 years, yeah.
At least. Like think about how like the price of a lot of other stuff has like gone up. And
it went down in the 2000s.
Developers.
Yeah.
But I have a hard time believing it because there's so many companies that thrive off $30 games, $20
absolutely.
games.
But there are lower budget companies.
Yeah, they're a lot smaller companies, so they don't have.
Here's a good example.
Headway
don't blow your budget on Kevin Spacey.
Oh yeah,
just
absolutely.
make the game. You don't need all these things.
I don't know why
celebrities
gimmick stuff like with celebrities.
AAA game.
Yeah. Justin, your webcam's freaking out.
Don't just put out a game.
I don't know.
You don't need to have these A-list people to sell it. It's a video game. People are going to buy it anyway.
Yeah, it's not a movie. If I want to go see a movie, then I want A-list in the movie. If it's a video game, I just want it to be a good game. I don't want it to suck.
Yeah.
You don't have to make Call of Duty more exciting.
Well,
I think better Kevin Spacey in my game.
Yeah,
I think that's with anybody else.
I think that's a conversation that could be had too, though. Do you think that the reason why they spend the big money on Kevin Spacey or
goddamn Jon Snow,
like all these big actors? Do you think it's because they want to legitimize the industry a little bit more? Like maybe they feel like people don't take it as seriously as they should.
They want to get casual people who didn't know about the game. Or try and reach them more mainstream. That's what I think anyway. I could be wrong.
I think that
I don't know. I think they're also kind of like trying to legitimize I don't know, a lot of the cinematics of games have improved.
They want to show that they can have
over the past 10 years. Even just now, when I don't know, games before they used to be just like a text. Like you just read the text for all the background stuff, and then now even they're getting good voice actors and having actors in them makes that part better, which makes the game better. But I feel like you don't need necessarily a really big name to get the same effect.
No, just there are great voice actors out there who it's their job to do voice acting and VO in gaming, and I feel like if they you just go hire one of them, fine. Troy Baker gets all the roles. It's because he's fucking good. But
if you want people to take your game serious, make it Last of Us. Look at Last of Us. That's a fantastic game. They're making that into a movie. Uncharted, fantastic game. No huge names that everyone would know.
Yeah. Well, big in VO, but that's it.
Legit. If you want to legitimize your art form or whatever, it's you could do that. I feel like someone like Kevin Spacey or the guy who plays Jon Snow is just an expensive thing to say.
Yeah, it's basically just adding flair to something that they don't need to add flair to.
Yeah.
When if you worked on the mechanics and worked on new games and put out a quality product in especially in a game like Call of Duty, people would come back to it.
Yeah.
Even though they still have one of the biggest bases in games, but still.
Yeah, I don't need Josh Duhamel to yell at me for 4 hours while I'm going through the story mode in Call of Duty, because it's only 4 hours, but.
And it's nobody went out and bought that game. They saw and they're like, oh, hey, this has Kevin Spacey in it. I'm going to go buy that.
Yeah, and the big question is, do you buy a Call of Duty because of the campaign, or do you buy it for the multiplayer? Most people would say the multiplayer. So who gives a fuck about the...
I bought it for the campain.
I did not. I don't think I...
But I haven't bought it since the third Modern Warfare, so...
Okay, for sure. Yeah.
I don't have any interest in it because it's just the same mechanics reskinned. They don't actually change anything, and that's also part of the problem.
Yeah.
But then again, in the same way, like I feel like a lot of people complain about some games like being good and then changing too much. That's like kind of one of those games.
Add
It's
something new.
Good, and they haven't really changed.
If you're not adding anything,
they don't need to.
If you're not adding anything, why are you putting out a new game?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because no matter what, they're still trying to make money, and people will buy new things because it is new.
Yep. Right. Madden and FIFA come out every year.
Yeah, exactly right.
Madden and FIFA had to adapt and add story modes to it.
Yeah.
Well, same with like all the 2K stuff. Like
that's what I'm saying. They changed.
Spike Lee do something for NBA 2K
with Michael B. Jordan.
Jordan. Yep.
It's just like really.
They didn't need
to. You know, that was an unnecessary thing. I think if you want to make a good story mode, I have an issue with games like 2K and Madden because they go more towards microtransactions now. They used to be you just played the game. I remember playing, 2K11, which is my favorite one.
Oh yeah,
and you just hop into that game and you play, and you don't need virtual currency or whatever. You got experience points instead in my career, and it was fun.
Yeah,
that game was amazing. That was,
and now you have to be connected to the internet and get this virtual currency.
Yeah, it like makes you like purchase aspects of the game, like just that you don't even get access to at all. It feels like it's beyond a DLC. Like they basically show you all the stuff you can have, but you only can get into this one portion of it, rather than like this is all stuff you can access, but also you can buy this whole other section kind of thing.
Right,
Instead, they're like rubbing it in your face that it's here, but you can't have it unless you give me money.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're gonna move on to the next topic now. Next bit of news, interesting news for the week is Brian Horton. He's the ex-creative director of Call of Duty World War II. He also worked on games like Tomb Raider and Rise of the Tomb Raider. He has joined the Spider-Man development team over at Insomniac, which I found was interesting.
Why is that? What has he done to make it? I don't know. I don't get why that's needed.
So he's moving over to art direction over at Spider-Man.
Well, Spider-Man's almost out, so what is he gonna change?
Exactly. See, that's what I was saying. It's in playtesting. They announced it today on Twitter. They're playtesting their game right now, meaning it is almost out the door. Yeah. They're finishing up, so they must be gearing up for either a sequel or post-game content of some sort. I don't know. I mean, I wanted to get you guys' opinions on it.
I wouldn't be surprised if they're gearing up for a sequel, just because it's a Spider-Man game. They know it's going to sell well, and they've already got a lot of like publicity for it. Like, there's so much hype for that game.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't see it being bad. Like,
yeah, I agree. I mean, it's Insomniac. They know what they're doing. And Insomniac likes to make big franchises. So, and it's Spider-Man.
Right. It's Spider-Man. I mean, they've come out with like 3 different Spider-Man movies, but people still watched them all and bought games for all 3 of those.
Let's look at all the games they put out.
Yeah.
All right. They put out some games that people would know. Song of the Deep, which people liked. Ratchet and Clank. Sunset Overdrive. Ratchet and Clank. All the Ratchet and Clank games. Resistance.
Yep.
Like Spyro. These are all great games. They haven't really missed on any of their games, so I just trust them.
Yeah, I trust them to make a great quality game. They've got a good team over there. I mean, it was supposed to come out sooner, I know, but with the voice actor strike that happened last year, it kind of halted production on the game. They were one of the people who got hit hardest because I mean, Spider-Man himself is Yuri Lowenthal, and he was a big advocate for the strike.
Well, they needed to get paid more money,
and treated less shitty. I mean, they were treated like garbage. But I don't know. I think it's really interesting. They also announced on Twitter today that they're hiring a bunch of people over at their art department in general. So it leads me to believe that they're working on some sort of sequel. They're working on their like all their concept art right now and stuff like that, trying to lay some groundwork,
I'd say probably sequel, yeah. just because like if they're already getting a new team to work on something different, I mean, then they can have like the old team to work on the first game, and then everybody new for the new one. So
yeah, it means they believe in their product and they want to see it keep going, which I'm super excited for. I mean, Spider-Man's my homie, so.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna sell. I don't really know why they needed to bring another person on. It's gonna make a lot of money. People are gonna be divided by it for sure. I don't know if it's gonna be game of the year, but people are gonna definitely like it.
Oh, God, I hope it's game of the year. I have every hope that Spider-Man is gonna be game of the year. I have no, I mean, but I think that's why they're taking their time with this. Is the expectation for this game is pretty high, I would say.
Yeah.
I mean,
right.
They set a precedence for themselves with E3. They like straight up were just like, this is Spider-Man. This is everything you guys know about Spider-Man games. He's back, and he's back with a vengeance. And I'm really excited to see what they do.
Is he like Usher busting in? It feels so good to be back.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, it'll be a big game for sure. I was thinking it probably wouldn't be as big because it's exclusively PS4. It probably wouldn't be game of the year because of that. But then I see that Breath of the Wild was game of the year. So
Breath of the Wild was the game of the year for Nintendo, and I mean Horizon was second. It was runner up, and Horizon is a PlayStation exclusive. PlayStation is a powerhouse for sure. Like they are dominating the market when it comes to these exclusive deals and these exclusives that they've got. I would honestly say that they are dominating overall. I mean, Nintendo is picking up steam now, but we'll see what they did.
Well, I think the reason they have exclusives is, well, I guess most of the time Sony just wants to sell consoles. I don't know if Spider-Man's going to sell consoles, if it's going to be the sell. I know God
it'll
of
sell
War
consoles for sure.
I think it will. I'm pretty sure they're going to
bundle that bitch.
Yeah, they're going to bundle that for sure.
It's going to be all
because
bundled.
it is one of those games that's like, I mean, I don't have a PlayStation, but like when I'm like, oh, Spider-Man, I loved all the other Spider-Man games I played. It makes me want to go buy a PlayStation so I can play Spider-Man.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, there's a huge draw in that alone.
But I think PlayStation this year alone has so many exclusive games coming out that people are excited for that they're going to sell so many consoles this year. I mean, Spider-Man, you got God of War, the fucking Last of Us. I mean, they've
Uncharted
got
DLCs.
Yeah, oh yeah, Uncharted. We know that the Uncharted team's working on something.
Yeah.
But they've got a big year ahead of them, and I don't see them slowing down anytime soon. So we'll see. It's just exciting to hear that they're picking up more people on their teams to continue working on this game that's not even out yet. So we'll see where they go from it.
Yeah.
But now swapping over to our next PlayStation exclusive game, God of War. So God of War games could be Egyptian or Mayan stories in the next ones. I thought this was interesting to read. This article's over at GameSpot. Corey Barlog says the Greek games were the Greek era of God of War. Barlog said in the latest issue of Game Informer, moving on, the next mythological belief system he interacts with became the Norse era of God of War. But we may end up going on to the Egyptian era and the Mayan era and so on and so forth.
I think that'd be really awesome.
That'd be really weird.
So I just like, I don't know, they just did all the Egypt stuff with like Assassin's Creed. So I feel like that would just kind of be overdoing it a little bit. I mean, don't get me wrong, Egypt stuff like has always just been like fascinating. It's super cool.
Yeah, there's some really cool stories I think they could go with the Egyptians.
I don't care about the stories. Oh yeah, finish.
That would be cool, just because like nobody's really touched on that. Like that's kind of like one of those cultures that hasn't really like had a whole lot of light shown on it, and it'd be really cool.
Oh, absolutely.
God of War is one of those games I don't want as like, oh, this year it's going to be an Egyptian thing. This year it's going to be a Mayan thing.
That's the conversation I wanted.
I want to tell their story.
Yeah.
Tell me the story. Don't need to do these things so you can just keep cranking out other games. If you want to make another game,
right,
make another game.
Yeah,
it doesn't have to be a God of War game.
I was talking to Justin or Michael, I forget, maybe both of you, earlier about this when I was reading it. Do you guys think that they're going to be one and done with this game? Like, do you think it's going to be cut and dry? Like, there's going to be a clear ending and a clear beginning, and the story of Kratos and his son is just going to be over in this game? They're going to move on to the next game, or are they going to do a trilogy? What do you guys see happening? What do you want to happen?
Do a definite ending. I feel like most games and movies now don't do like real definite endings, just because they want to always have the potential to like come back around and be like, hey, here's a sequel.
Yeah.
Well, God of War has done a definite ending before.
Oh, absolutely.
And they brought another one still. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if they're going to do a definite ending, they're going to do a definite ending.
I don't know about that. From Sony's track record, every game that they have that has sold so many copies, I haven't seen them ending any of those series yet.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and then also, I'm pretty sure
Uncharted.
They did a definite ending on God of War and then realized they're like, wait, hold up. We could have definitely got a little bit more from this series, so they kind of just like brought it back.
Yeah, for sure.
There'll definitely probably be another one.
Yeah. Obviously they said they are making another one, but the question is, do you think it's going to be the next one will still be Norse, or do you think they are going to move it on, like they're saying?
Finish what you started, and then we'll talk about the next thing.
I feel like if they just keep switching like that, it's going to probably go downhill.
It's going to be like an Assassin's Creed where they just do like a yearly thing that's a different culture, and then it just just like
look how well that worked for Assassin's Creed. They had to stop for a year and make a completely new thing instead of doing the yearly thing.
Yeah, I mean, but that being said, Assassin's Creed Origins is killing it. I mean, it's an amazing game.
Never oversaturate the market.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. I think it's going to be a good game. It's probably going to be the most different God of War game that we've ever had.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when it comes to like Kratos probably having more dialogue than he's ever had, or
he's got some crazy dialogue in this one.
He's not just going to yell at people the entire time.
Yeah.
I'm really interested to see they're really pushing the whole it's his journey just as much as it is his son's journey, and he'll learn how to be a dad and everything like that. I think that's a really, really interesting topic they're bringing up.
Yeah, I see it being a lot like the Last of Us, to where you're just in a certain world and you're just traveling from area to area with certain storylines.
Oh yeah, are they going to do The Last of Us and swap over to the sun halfway through?
Well, they did say that there's like a dedicated button for the sun. You can command him to do things. Like if you hit like circle, you can like make him attack enemies for you and stuff like that. But the more you do that in the game, the more, I guess there's a little bit of a branching story where like the colder he'll become more like Kratos. But if you make him not kill as much and go hide, then he'll be, softer spoken. He'll be not as cold, which I think is interesting.
I don't know. I've never seen that thing work out. And besides in games like, I don't know, even this new Detroit Become Human, besides games like that where it's completely story driven and they try to change it up like the way you play for the ending that you're going to get, it usually never really works out that well. It's usually just two endings.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, I hated it in, what is it, Silent Hill 2?
Yeah.
Oh, God,
where that girl gets hit, and then the more she gets hit, she just fucking walks into the boss or the death faster in the end.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It might work out. It's definitely going to be a huge game.
I think it'll be great.
It's probably going to be great.
It's a matter of what they do afterwards.
Yeah. Going from there though, what are you guys looking at like from the game and everything we've seen so far? What are you most excited for about it?
A deeper story than the previous one. Something that's like actually emotional instead of someone just being one dimension. You're gonna get
always angry.
A second dimension and maybe a third.
Right.
It's gonna be cool to see an older Kratos. Obviously, you've never seen him with a son, so he's gonna be a lot different. He's probably gonna show a lot of compassion in this game.
One could hope. It is still Kratos.
Maybe not. But I think if they stray too far away from what made everyone like God of War, it might just split the fan base.
Right.
I liked God of War in spite of its character flaws.
Oh, absolutely. I think I would agree too, but I would say that the gameplay of the God of War series is really the focus point in the first trilogy, at least. The story is definitely the weaker part of it, in my opinion. But just the running around hack and slash, just it's really appealing, at least at the time. And I think they know that they needed to grow up, because the gaming community has grown up and it's not really into those, DMC, God of War style games anymore.
Yeah.
Well, you can see how they evolve the combat even more. There's different ways you can throw the axe, you can lose the axe.
Yeah.
It's going to be great. I think the thing that made God of War the greatest was just the boss battles. I mean, every boss in God of War was always really cool. So I assume they'll keep on that track.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I think it'll be a big game for sure. I don't know really where they're going to go with it yet, but it'll be good.
Okay. Justin, you have anything to add?
About God of War?
Yeah.
No, I think you covered all the bases there.
Okay.
Really. I mean, to me, the combat looks really cool. It looks like it's a more visceral, up in your face approach.
Yeah.
Versus that Devil May Cry.
Yeah.
That the hack and slash
combat,
which looks really interesting, which I think will lend itself to the hopefully more story oriented narrative of the game.
Right. Well, I mean, like the camera's closer. It's like right behind his back now. Yeah, and yeah, like you said, it's more up and personal for the combat. I mean, there's that part in one of the trailers, I forget which one, where they're like walking through a cave and they see a giant, and Kratos is like, no, don't worry about him. If we don't mess with him, he won't mess with us. Let's just keep going. That alone is like a big part for his character. I mean, Kratos during the original God of War would have just been like, fuck that guy, I'm gonna go kick his ass just because I can.
Right. Yeah.
He's in my way, so I'm just gonna go through him, kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's interesting. It's definitely interesting to see these series that we've loved, kind of come into their own. It's interesting to see them grow up with us and stuff like that.
Yeah, I didn't think it was probably, when I first heard that they're making another one, I thought, well, they're probably just making another God of War game just for the PS4, but it actually seems like they're really have a set storyline that they want to tell, which is a good thing.
And they, exactly. And didn't they say something about possibly bringing it to another console in the future? I could be wrong in that. I think I heard them say they were thinking about putting it over the Xbox.
It'd probably be a good idea.
Right. I mean, the console exclusives are definitely becoming less and less of a thing. Even though earlier we were saying, I was saying that PlayStation has got a lot of exclusives this year. It's been a while since we've seen 3 or 4 exclusives in a year.
Yeah,
AAA.
I would definitely see them like releasing the older games first if they were going to go that way.
Right. Do like well, they have the HD collection.
Is it for Xbox?
No, it's for the PlayStation, but
okay. Yeah, if they did that in any way, they would definitely release the old games first and then probably the new game.
For sure. Justin, do you have any topics you want to talk about?
No.
No real topics?
No.
I mean, I've seen a trend lately, on at least for PlayStation games, of more movie type games that are coming out. Like the one game I'm looking forward to is Detroit Become Human. Have you seen anything on that game?
Oh, absolutely. I've been watching that game pretty closely. Now we're not getting that this year, are we?
I think we are.
We are?
100%.
Yeah.
It's coming out this year.
Those are the kind of games I really look forward to. It's not really important to me how well done the games are, just as long as they have a really good story. I don't mind that it's pretty much just a movie game.
Yeah.
I think those games are going to be really good.
It looks super cool.
Yeah. And those are the kind of games that actually, like, it actually matters what you do in the game for this ending, which is where I think some games that's kind of just on the back burner.
For sure. So last thing I want to talk about before we get out of here, if this will be the last thing, I think it'll button it up pretty nicely. There are a lot of games said to be coming out in 2018. You know, like Detroit Become Human, Spider-Man, God of War. But all we know is that they're coming out in 2018. I kind of want to do a little bit of a guessing game. You know, kind of see like what month we think it's going to come out, and if you feel like it, you know, like early March, late March, that kind of thing.
Right. I'm gonna say that most of the time, I think they're just gonna wait out and see which games get announced first, and then they're gonna plan their release date upon that. Most of the time, it's around the holiday season, so I'm guessing after summer is probably the best time for them to do it.
So, I've got a list here of the games. You know, I've been kind of writing them down as we've been talking about them. You know, so like I said, you got God of War, we got Spider-Man, Detroit Become Human. What else? There was another one. Actually, I forgot to write it down.
Detroit Become Human.
Yeah, Kingdom Hearts. I mean, if you guys want to put that on there.
Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah, Red Dead. So
yeah, it's definitely gonna be packed for sure.
Yeah, it's a big year. So what month do you guys think God of War's coming out?
I'm gonna say August.
You think August?
Yeah,
November.
See, personally, I think March, mainly because all the other games have come out in March. Literally if you look it up, like all the major God of Wars have come out in March. So I think it would make sense.
That'd probably be it then.
They're saying that it's coming out in quarter one.
Quarter one, yeah. So that March would be the end of the quarter one.
March.
Yeah.
So that'd be cool. They'd have to announce it soon, but we don't know. I mean, there's no big events going on right now, are there?
I don't think so, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got, what is it, Monster Hunter this month.
Yeah, I got Monster Hunter this month.
What comes out in February? There's something that comes in major.
Yeah, I was just looking at it earlier. Oh my god. Why can't I think of it? Hold on. I'm gonna look it up real quick.
Does Far Cry 5 have a release date yet?
It's February.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see. I got a whole thing right now.
Yeah, same.
So this month we got Dragon Ball Fighter Z, Fighters, Monster Hunter, Dissidia, Final Fantasy, NT. Next month they're coming out with EA, the UFC 3, Clado of Colossus. What else did they got? Bayonetta 1 and 2 come out. Metal Gear Survived.
Oh, that's right. They're doing a beta of that this weekend, aren't they?
I'm not going to participate in it.
Me either. All right. So God of War. We all kind of agree. You think March?
Yeah, probably.
I would say that then.
All right.
If they don't announce it within the next 2 weeks, then I don't know.
Yeah, right. We'll see. We'll come back to it in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Spider-Man. What do you guys think? So Avengers is coming out in May. You gotta keep that in mind.
Right.
We're getting Avengers the beginning of May. So I was thinking either end of April or late May, August even. I would say as late as August.
Maybe June. I'd probably say.
I think June. I think it's a summer blockbuster.
You think it's a June release?
Yeah.
Hold up. Let's get a good.
Because I believe Spider-Man, they said Q1 or Q2. So, I mean, June would be good.
What I am looking at here says quarter 1 or 2. So, yeah.
Yeah, so June.
So, probably June.
Okay. They could pump it out. If it's play testing right now, in like a week or two, they'll probably give us a definitive release date.
I would say, honestly, earlier than later. I would say April.
I don't know about that.
Well,
yeah, maybe.
Because people are going to be hyped because, in February we're getting Black Panther, so the next one after that is Spider-Man. The best time to release the game would be March, April,
Right.
I would say, April, at the latest.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'm gonna stick with June. I think it's gonna.
Okay.
I think that Avengers is probably gonna be the biggest movie they've put out so far.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like even if they put it out a little bit past the movie releasing, I think it'll still be fine.
For sure, absolutely. No, that there'll be a big wave behind it for sure. But I feel like June, it would have to be early June.
Right.
I think if you waited till the end of June, that's a little too long. That's 2 months after,
Yeah.
We'll see. Detroit Become Human.
Does that not have an announcement date?
No.
It says Q1/Q2, so there's so many games, I don't know. It's probably gonna be before Spider-Man.
I would say that it's gonna be something that they're gonna just be like, hey, it's gonna be out in 2 weeks. And I have a feeling it's gonna be sooner rather than later in Q1 because of the fact that everybody's inside. Right now it's a great time to set out a story-driven game because everybody's inside, doesn't want to go outside and stuff like that. Have a little bit more time to kill. So,
right. I don't know. It feels like they're just putting out so many games in the first quarter and the second quarter that it's just going to be.
Oh yeah, it's going to be saturated for sure. Justin, what do you think?
I think it's going to be a real fight for attention.
Right.
Yeah. When do you think Detroit's coming out?
I would guess later, honestly.
Yeah.
With the ambition behind that game.
Okay.
It's not
I guess like June.
Yeah.
No, that's okay.
No, well,
probably gonna say
June would be good too, though, because that's the school year's getting over. Kids are gonna be coming home. They're gonna be able to play more games. Stuff. They'll be home more.
I would guess April.
April.
Yeah.
We'll say April to June for that as well. Then.
Okay.
I'm writing these down. So Kingdom Hearts 3. What do you guys think about that? I honestly don't think we're getting it.
December.
I really don't think we're getting it.
If we get it in 2018, it's going to be a last month.
If they don't announce it, if they don't announce it at the next whatever event there is, I don't think it's going to come out this year.
Yeah.
I feel like it has to have a definitive release date for anyone to get hyped about it.
Absolutely.
It's
been teased for years.
For sure.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's their main focus now.
2013.
Yeah, it's their main focus now that 15's out. They've already said that, but
yeah. So I'm probably gonna say if it does come out, probably come around, if latest, probably the holidays.
For sure.
Probably 2019 though, I'm assuming.
Okay.
So yeah, they can have Toy Story and Frozen in it. They could sell it kids easy.
Oh, absolutely.
Might as well.
That's why I bought it when I was a kid.
I mean,
aren't they supposed to come out with another Toy Story movie too?
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
I thought there was like a rumor about that or something.
I don't know.
There is a rumor. No, they did say that they're making a fourth one. It's about the new girl, but we'll see. I don't think that's coming out this year.
I don't think so.
I hope it doesn't make me cry as much as.
Red Dead 2. What do you guys think?
October.
That's definitely.
I think
I
think it's an October release.
Yeah,
for sure.
I think summer.
Really?
I think the early part of summer.
Rockstar tends to put games out in October.
This might be bigger than. That might be their biggest game that they're releasing.
Yeah, but they were almost ready to put it out in September. Or November, or whenever they were going to do it.
Yeah, I think
if it only needs more polish, the time to shoot for, I think, would be beginning of summer.
Right.
And who knows? They could just come out with like a surprise release because it's Rockstar, so they could just be like, "Hey, also the game's coming out now."
Right. And then the PC version is not going to come out for another 2 years. So
right.
Because fuck PC players.
All right. So Days Gone. What do you guys think?
I think that gets pushed.
You think it's gonna get pushed?
I don't think it's a huge release for them. I don't think there's many people that are really excited for another zombie game.
Yeah, for sure.
So I think that it's probably going to be Q1. I'm probably saying in the next couple months, I would assume.
My guess is June.
Yeah.
I'm going to say earlier than later.
I'm with Sickler, though. I think it's going to get pushed. I don't think the game's anywhere near being ready. We haven't heard anything since E3. No.
Yeah.
Gamescom. I think it was.
I don't remember.
PlayStation experience.
Oh, that's what it was. What about Anthem? What do you guys think about that?
I don't know what
I
that
don't
is.
care.
Don't care.
I'm excited for Anthem.
I'm
provided
excited for Anthem.
Or EA doesn't just.
It's BioWare, so I have
rail it.
hope.
I know.
I have
Is it
hope.
PS4 exclusive?
No.
Oh yes, I remember.
Because
This.
because Mass Effect Andromeda and Dragon Age Inquisition were so good.
Well, I like BioWare.
It'll probably be. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't heard anything about this game after that.
I thought they said this was coming out in September.
Did they? Let me take a look.
It says initial release date is 2018.
Yeah, they don't have a definitive date.
I'll hit this button and Q4 2018.
I say September. I think it's a September release game. It's going to be
Q4 would be October.
Right. I think it's coming out September.
I do too. Yeah, I think it's probably going to be one of those games that they're going to try to bundle.
If not September, it'll be out in November. Oh, hold on.
And
Kevin
needs to earn
Kevin
some
left.
faith back before.
Oh, there he is.
EA needs to earn some clout before it starts.
I think that's what they're going to try to do.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think Anthem is their like, don't worry guys, we can make a good game.
They're going to get pushed down a little bit through EA, the UFC game.
and it's coming out for PC. So
Darksiders 3, what do you guys think of that?
That's another game I don't care about.
Another game you don't care about.
I like those games.
I like those games a lot.
I've never played more than 10 minutes of them.
All right.
It looks pretty cool from what I see.
Yeah.
No, it looks neat. It just I just feel like I don't need to play.
It's probably going to be soon.
I have a finite amount of time. Okay.
March maybe.
Okay.
This one just got announced. Like they didn't even talk about it until E3.
I think so.
For the first time. Like
yeah, but
they were working on it.
I think so.
But they have a lot done. They had like a whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be a big release. It doesn't, from what I see, doesn't look like they put like a lot of effort into it.
Right.
I'm assuming it'll be a pretty quick game.
Oh God. Hold on, give me a second.
Oh, I got Michael in my frame. Michael, get out of my box.
How did Michael get into his box?
How the fuck am I here?
There you go.
Wait.
Hello?
All right, we're good.
So does that mean I'm above Justin on screen?
No. All right. But yeah, so that's the cast, guys. I don't unless you guys have something else to say.
No, I'm pretty. I think we can this week at least.
Justin, I hope you get cancer.
All right.
Wow. I guess it's a good time to end it.
Anyway, everybody who showed up tonight, thank you so much. I appreciate you all. We'll be back next Thursday, right, Justin?
Thursday?
Yeah.
Yes.
So next Thursday, probably 7 or 8?
8.
Yeah, Thursday, 8 o'clock.
All right, we're gonna do 8 o'clock. We're gonna be next Thursday, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Get excited for that. Where rumor is there's a Nintendo Direct that day, so we'll probably be talking about that for most of the cast, honestly.
Nintendo.
I'm pretty sure it's confirmed that there's a Nintendo Direct there.
Did they confirm it today? Last I checked, it was a rumor, so we'll see.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you so much to everybody who was a part of it. Sickler,
first one.
thank you for.
Yep.
I know you were in the middle of your move and everything, but I appreciate you stopping by. Michael, thank you for being a part of it and your janky webcam that they can't see, but I can. And Kevin, Kevin, who is muted right now, he's having some trouble. His phone died. So that's why he dropped out. But Kevin, also thank you so much. I really enjoy talking to you guys about games. And we'll be back next week for more. Have a good night.